So, as you heard in the last segment, we had the First Lady speak to the people. Just to give y'all a little information, to recap on some things. As far as the weather is concerned, currently it is 87 degrees, mostly cloudy outside. And later on tonight, it's going to drop down to 72 degrees. So if you're on your way to class, if you're on your way to work, if you're on your way to the gym, make sure you have that umbrella with you. You don't want to get caught out there because there is that possibility it's going to rain. For your 4-day forecast, tomorrow it will be a high of 86 degrees, partly cloudy with a low of 67. Friday, starting off your weekend, rain. It's gonna rain, and it's gonna be a high of 76 degrees with a low of 62. Saturday, sunny. It's gonna be hot, big fella. It's gonna be 80 degrees with a low of 66. And Sunday, just a time for y'all to go to church, a mosque, whatever you're going. You're finna go and kick it with the people. You're gonna get drunk. I don't care what you're gonna do. You might want to make sure you are wearing some thin clothing. Get your sundress ready. It's gonna be 85 degrees. It's gonna be cloudy with a low of 72. The weather is provided to you by AccuWeather. On the AccuWeather app. Download the AccuWeather app on your device for the latest and the most accurate weather forecast. As far as concert news, I haven't forgotten you on the concert news. Tonight at 7:30, you might want to be at the Allstate Arena. No, you might want to be at. No, you don't want to be at the Allstate Arena. You want to, because you go to the Allstate Arena listening to me, you're going to wind up missing something. You want to go to the United Center. Tonight, July the 13th, Adele is going to be at the United Center. This coming Friday at Northern Ireland, V103 Summer Block Party presents Erykah Badu, Jasmine Sullivan, and SWV. Friday, July the 15th, that's this Friday's show starts at 6 p.m. at the First Marriott Bank Pavilion at Northerly Island. Get your tickets, it's still available. You want to see on and on. You want to hear the lions and tigers and bears. And if you was watching the hip hop honors, you want to see SWV. Wasn't there a whole lot of ass going on that stage, man?
I wish I could say I seen it, but I did not, man.
Oh, man, no.
Hey, man.
Come on, that was a lot of rumpage.
Hey, man, I had school, man. I couldn't put that on the back burner.
Yeah, I get it. But you know how V103
Let's get it together.
VH1. See, that's the results of too much weed in your past. Things happen.
Catching up to the OG.
It's catching up to me. When you had that bubble kush, and you had that purple haze in your past. Some things get a little discombobulated. That's the new word for you. Discombobulated. In other words, that means when your head ain't all the way right because the weed was rolled way too tight.
So, all right, preach on it.
Just to let y'all know. But there was a lot of rumpage on that stage. And it was real rumpage.
Oh, really?
There wasn't no CCs going in the butt cheeks. That's old school rumpage. Those rumps was there for years. Those weren't no new rumps. Those were veteran rumps. Let's get a hand clap for the veteran rumps. Yes. And if y'all know my wife, tell her do not listen to this part of the show because She might divorce me behind that. No, she won't.
She gonna throw you on the couch, huh?
She might throw me on the dog's couch outside in the dog house.
I already know that ain't where you want to go.
No,
you a big guy. That ain't what up.
I don't want to be there. I'm sensitive out there. You know, and I have Rottweilers. They don't like sharing. They
ain't showing no kind of love.
I got 2 Rotts and 2 Doberman Pinschers. They do not like sharing space. They are very, very, very particular about their space. Except when my cat gets involved, then the cat just bullies.
Cat get whatever they want. That's why I like cats, man. They ain't for all that fuck shit. They just gonna go and take whatever they want.
Right, because I have a cat, and most of y'all who follow me on Facebook, that's facebook.com/Anubis Metro Exchange Raw. If y'all following me, y'all seen pictures of the cat. Y'all seen pictures of Remy. Remy looked like a thug. Remy and he put that one paw out there. I'm gonna buy Remy a 5-claw ring, because he's the OG cat. I done seen him walk up on the dog, swipe them on the nose, and stand there and look at him like, nigga, what? What? Make a move.
Like
Make a move.
Letting them know that ain't what they want.
You don't want them hands. You don't want them hands. So, just to let y'all know, this Friday, y'all want to be at Northerly Island. Again, to see Erykah Badu, Jasmine Sullivan, and SWV. That show starts at 6 p.m. You want to be there. Now, for my old schoolers, and I'm one of the old schoolers.
Hey man, I show love to the old school.
You want to be at Ravinia. You got to be at Ravinia because one of the queens, the all-time queens, Diana Ross.
That's vintage Regina.
That's vintage. She's gonna be at Ravinia coming up. Y'all want to see all that hair, and she got some hair. She's gonna be flicking hair all over the place. Hair is going to be moving on July the 27th. Show starts at 8:30 p.m. at Ravinia in Highland Park. For my hip-hop heads, and y'all get on me like, well, this is supposed to be the hip-hop pharmacy. Why y'all never talk about the hip-hop concerts? Why y'all never talk about the rap concerts? Shut the fuck up. So, I'ma hit y'all with it. Drake and Future are going to also be here at the United Center July the 27th on Wednesday. Show starts at 6:30. Y'all want to be there.
Isn't that the show with the back-to-back concert? I think that's dope, because they're also coming back in October.
Because they will be here that Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday, July the 26th, and Wednesday, July the 27th is Drake and Future. Now, y'all know I don't normally play Drake on this show.
Hold on.
I will start.
Hold on.
I will start playing Drake. I will start playing some Drake. Because Drake do have some bars on some things, so I'm going to start playing some Drake.
What you got against Drake?
I gotta say this, and I'm gonna pause some music for y'all.
All right.
I'm gonna pause some music for y'all. I gotta crack my knuckles on this. See, here's the thing about Drake. When Drake first came out, I was like, yeah.
When did you first hear Drake?
When I first heard Drake was a few years back, and I forgot the name of the song.
Because a lot of people didn't start listening to Drake until 2009. That's when the buzz started getting big, when he put out the So Far Gone mixtape.
Right.
Me, I started messing with Drake in 2006. See, I'm me being a young guy, I followed him when he was on Degrassi.
Right.
So I knew prior to that he was a rapper that, he dabbled into that world. And then he put out his very first mixtape in 2006, Room for Improvement.
Okay.
And then the next year was the comeback season. That's what got, the notice of Lil Wayne and everybody else in the industry.
True that. We gonna ring the school bell for you. You put it up on class. Class was in session. I got to let y'all know, I was aware of him being on Degrassi. Let me correct that. The later episodes of Degrassi.
Yeah.
Degrassi, what was that? Next Generation?
Next Generation.
Because I'm old school. I remember the original Degrassi.
And see, my mom, she put me up on that. See,
The
I didn't know that was
original one.
I didn't know that was an original one back in the day.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So Degrassi has been going on for about 30-something years.
Yeah.
I grew up on the original Degrassi.
And Chris-
Most of the cats that was on the original Degrassi, now they in their late 40s now.
But they was also, some of them was on the Next Generation.
Right, now they're playing parents,
Yeah.
various people on the show and so forth. So I was aware of him being on Degrassi Next Generation in the wheelchair. I remember all that. I got up on him probably a little bit before 2009.
Yeah.
And I heard the song. And let me be clear, I liked the first songs I heard. I did like them. Where the wheels fell off the wagon for me was it got to the point where it's the same thing with Migos and a lot of the other rappers. The sound started to sound all alike for a while.
Nobody was being a leader. Nobody was being a leader in the game anymore.
Exactly. Every song was beginning to mesh too much to the point. Snoop even spoke on this on his channel. He was like, when he spoke about Migos, he was like, Migos had Snoop in a session to do a cameo on a track. And Snoop mentioned it on his show with 50 Cent and G Unit. And he was like, they was rapping and and Snoop was like, they tried to get me to do that shit. It was like, I'm Snoop Dogg. I ain't doing that bullshit. I don't rap like that.
Nah.
So what happened was a lot of the newer rappers got to the point where they started copying what was popular at the time. But this isn't new. So I'm not gonna beat up on the newer rappers because it's always happened. Whenever a rap artist hits a certain pinnacle and creates a sound, then there's gonna be a bunch of other rappers gonna come in and try to mimic the sound or the image of it.
But Drake is one of those leaders in hip hop where he's supposed to be creating a new sound, not following what the new sound is.
True, but at some point he began to follow a little bit for me, because it began to get to a point where I was like, is he following Wayne a little too much, or this that? Which I understand that Wayne is his label exec, so I get that part. It's the same thing with Nicki Minaj for me.
Yeah.
It actually is a little worse with me with Nicki Minaj because I go back with Nicki.
Yeah.
I remember Nicki was called Nicki Minaj, and I remember when a certain dude by the name of Cameron was trying to get Nicki Minaj on Dipset along with Juju.
Yeah.
So, and her style was entirely different. Her style was very similar to Remy Ma's style at that time. When she got up with Baby and got up with Wayne, her style completely switched. And a lot of people was like, wait a minute, this ain't Nicki Minaj. She's going by Nicki Minaj. She's putting on all these colorful wigs a la Little Kim. And that's where all the Little Kim, Nicki Minaj references started taking off. And rightfully so, because a lot of those references were accurate to a degree.
Would you say she was showing homage to Lil Kim?
It would have been that.
Or was it always a backhand slap to her?
It was kind of came off more of a backhand slap. Initially, it came off as homage until she opened her mouth and more or less was like, "Nah, I'm not showing homage," and sided with Foxy, which Foxy shouldn't have even gotten involved with that situation. And then it became so much of a copycat situation because you gotta remember, Little Kim came in that era of you don't copy. That was called swagger jacking in my day. You don't swagger jack nobody. You know, if you live in certain major cities like Chicago or New York or LA, if you swagger jack somebody, you was catching a beat down. You was gonna get a pumpkin head behind that one. Nah. You know, Method done spoke on that one. You know, Ghostface just got on a dude. He just got on
That was Action Bronson.
Action Bronson for swagger jacking him. So
Can you say he's swagger jacking him?
yeah, because if I listen to Action Bronson, which I have played Action Bronson on this show,
Yeah.
it sounds very similar.
But is it his fault that his voice sounds very similar to him?
But
Because Ja Rule went through the same argument back in the day with DMX. Fans were saying Ja was trying to sound like X, and that's what caused Ja to switch up his
but
style.
in a way, he
and put
was because of the fact that it's not so much a situation.